Welcome to the Real Radio Show. Real people, real talk, and real estate with Dr. Karen Lewis and Tamika Moses.
Good morning. Good morning. I am Dr. Karen Lewis, the Real on Real Radio. Thank you all so much for joining me. My phone number, I always got to say it, if you're interested in buying or selling, or even if you want to go to real estate school, my phone number is 954-248-9149. Now, I want to say something. This is our last show, so make sure that you write our number down. Get your pen and your paper. Don't cry, Madam Tamika. All right, but we do have guests today, but before we get to our guest, we want Madam Tamika, the mic is yours.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Tamika Moses, and I'm the broker owner of Robin Byrne Realty, and I can be reached at 954-404-4646. Again, 954-404-4646. I'm a little sad as I heard.
You said, yeah. Okay, that's all right. Y'all just get our phone number, 954-248-9149. Before I let our guests introduce themselves, they are awesome, and they got some, you just got to get your pen and paper out anyway. But I need to share this information here. This is a Mother's Day extravaganza hosted by Events by Lindsay, May 18th at 10 a.m. May 18th, 10 a.m. Joe Celestin Center, 1525 Northwest 135th Street, and that is in North Miami. And so you all can come because this is North Miami that we're in. And there is a table special this weekend at $65 per person, 10 people minimum. So don't forget, that's May 18th. If you don't have a place for you to take your mother, your daughter, your spouse, somebody, you can attend that event. And again, let's give the mic to our guests. They're beautiful too. Oh man, look at them, Madam Tamika. They're beautiful, and not only are they beautiful, I won't tell the story anyway. I won't start today, but they got some nuggets, I'm telling you. So you want to go first? Just tell us who you are, and we're going to start jumping in.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Lakeisha, Marion from the beautiful sunny South Florida, Fort Lauderdale area. I am a realtor, also an investor, and I specialize in financial literacy, credit repair, and one of the best-selling authors.
Woohoo! Awesome. What's the name of your book?
It is called From Tragedy to Triumph.
Oh, wow. You want to get that? All right, somebody give her a call. We might give you a free book. You can text me, 954-248-9149. That's what we're going to do. If you all text me. Now, only 2 people, we're going to give you one of Lakeisha's books. Lakeisha's. All right.
Good morning. My name is Kinyetta Watkins-Jones. I am also from the sunny South Florida.
Okay.
I am a life insurance broker. I am a financial planner, and I am also specialized in credit repair and will and trust and everything finances.
Oh wow! So I'm just going to just jump right in. So tell us something about, because one of the issues that you all know we have as being a real estate agent is sometimes a lot of people want to purchase a house, but they're afraid to even come and have a conversation with us because of their credit issue. So tell us just like a few things that somebody can do in order to get a house.
Some of the things that I share with my clients, because like you said, the credit is so important.
Yes.
One of the things that I do when I sit down with them and do a consultation, pretty much ask them what is negative on their credit report. Because sometimes they have negative items, and we're able to go in to dispute and remove those items. Another thing that is a major factor is making sure they have positive credit. Because a lot of times when you have a low credit score, you don't have a credit card, or you don't have, even if you don't have a personal loan, nothing's being reported every month. So we want to make sure that we get something reporting every month, and we offer a secure credit card to help them bill. Another thing is I work on their DTI with their debt.
Okay.
So I do have a program within our membership that helps them with the debt, making sure their debt, that DTI, getting that debt down, paying those credit cards down, and their budgeting. That is so important.
Exactly.
With the budgeting, making sure they have that savings goal. So when it's time to put down for that down payment, that closing, that they have funds that are already in the savings account.
Budget.
Yeah.
Why do you think people are afraid of the word budget? And why don't most people do that?
I'm just gonna keep it real.
Yeah, please do.
This
This the real on real estate radio.
Okay, I feel like for grown people, they don't want to be told how to spend their money and what to spend their money on. It's almost like you are chastising them for overspending.
Wow.
Right? Or maybe not spending as much on that new bag, right? Or ladies, our hair and nails. I know for Lakeisha and I, we're holding each other accountable.
Okay.
Right, girl, you don't need to get them nails on every 2 weeks. Push it to that 4-week mark.
I like
right?
that.
Yeah.
But that's what it is. No one wants to be held accountable. And you kind of feel like you are the mama bear and you chastising the child. They're like, how are they going to tell me I'm a grown woman? I spend my money on what I want to spend it on.
Exactly. You just hit it on the head. I always hear people say that that's my money. I make it. I can spend it how I want to spend it. And it's like no one wants to do that short-term sacrifice for a long-term goal.
Right.
Nobody don't want to do that.
Yes.
Wow.
I love it. I would say even with me, when I looked at my budgeting, what was coming in and what was going out, I really did not know. So it really helped me to be mindful of all these monthly subscriptions, going out to eat, Uber Eats. So that's why I say with clients, if you're looking to buy at home, look at your budgeting. You're so clueless because you're giving money here, you're giving money there. So I saw what I was making every month, but then I saw what was going out. So now I'm mindful now to say, I cut back on this, I cut back on this, I cut back on that.
Yeah.
So it was an eye-opener to me.
Wow.
It is.
And what happens too, especially with those subscriptions that you get, and if you're not looking at your bank account or you're not looking to see what's going on with your credit card, because I've been there, done that, where I see, as a matter of fact, last month I had to cut something like, why am I paying money for this right here? And so you really have to be mindful because they'll creep up on you.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, to be honest with you, I barely even watch TV, so I'm like, why do I have Netflix? Why do I have this? No, really. When people, you start thinking about that stuff because I'm like, I'm busy. Either I'm traveling for business. I'm not one of those people now that always is in front of the TV. So it's just like, why do I have that? And you see it coming at your account, you're like, I'm going to cancel it. But you forget, I'm going to do it. But when you start adding it up, you're like, wait a minute, hold up.
And then they make it hard for you. You know, some of those companies, you have subscriptions, you can't just go and cancel. You got to call a 1-800 number, put you on hold. And so that thing is all set up, you know, to keep us right in debt, to keep us in bondage, really and true, you know. So it's crazy though. So I like that. So now I want to just do a role play with you. Y'all jump in. Okay, I'm coming to purchase a house, and my credit score is 490, and I have some lates, but now I'm beginning to do better with my money. But I want to purchase a house in the next 30 days. What will you tell me?
So first,
Besides, don't go back home.
Right.
Okay. All right. Don't do that. Don't do that.
First things first.
Right.
We got to stop the bleed. Meaning, stop paying things late. Because one late payment drops your score 50 to 100 points. It takes you 11 on-time payments to make up for that one late payment.
Oh, wow. Say that again. Say that. That's good.
It takes you 11 on-time payments. That means 11 months of paying that particular bill on time to recoup, to just make up what you lost for one late payment.
Wow.
Almost a year.
Wow.
That's deep. So that's when I say
that is deep.
When I say stop the bleed, this is what we mean by stop the bleed. Once we do that, then we can go and do a full analysis and really see what the negative items are and dispute those items, right? And then I want to see, what are you paying positive? What's positive that you're paying? Because if you have a consultation with Lakeisha and I, and you tell us you don't have a credit card, well, baby, we already know you're not getting all your credit points, right? Because that's a whole category in itself.
Wait, explain that. You said if they don't have a credit card?
Yes.
They need a credit
losing
card?
Points. Absolutely.
Oh,
your credit score is calculated with 5 categories. Right. So, of course, pay your bills on time, payment history is 35%. That's huge. Right? So this is why when one person pays their bill late, they may see a 100-point decrease. That's why. That's the biggest category. And then we're not even talking about the category that is how long have you had this line of credit open. So, you know, back in the day, everybody had the Sears cards, right? And the bird eyes, right? And they want to just, I'm going to pay it up and cut it off. I'm not going to do nothing. But why? You're making your credit score unstable. Now you're losing points from that category. That's the whole category by itself, right? So once we do our analysis and you tell me you don't have a credit card, or you're not paying a mortgage, or maybe a personal loan or a car payment, honey, we got to get you some, as they call the new people, y'all, they call it trade lines. Listen, that's a fancy word for an active line of credit. If you have a credit card, you got a trade line. Don't let nobody fool y'all. That's the word. Lakeisha, now she already know what that is.
Okay, all right, okay.
Exactly. That's good.
So you're saying because the older generation, they don't like debt, right? Mm-hmm. So now
That's
you're
true.
saying that if I have a car payment and I'm paying that on time, I still need that credit card.
Absolutely.
Wow, that system really set up to fail us. Okay, but it's real. That's it at the end of the day.
And here's the thing people don't understand. Yes, the old generation is like, hey, my mom was from that old
Right.
generation. I didn't have a lot of debt because she taught us whatever you want, if you don't have cash, you don't get it. Mm-hmm. But I didn't have a credit score. I was what we consider a ghost on paper, NA.
Yep.
Right?
Wow.
So then
A
I had to
ghost on
start
paper.
from the bottom, and I had to build. I had to get a secure credit card. And let's be careful when we're getting those. They're not all the same. You can get denied for a secure credit card. How do I know? Because that was me. Went right there to little Wells Fargo, and they told me no. With my little $200.
Calling y'all out with Wells Fargo.
Baby, and listen, they're not all the same, and they don't report to all three bureaus. So the game plan is to get a secure card that works for you, right? You want it to report to all three bureaus, and you want to get approval for it. That's the goal.
And the average person just don't know this. So
No.
because you all have events where you
Yes,
all
we do.
educate people in
Yes.
this right here.
Absolutely.
Give out your name and number again, because this is critical.
Yes.
I mean, you need a credit card, and just like you said back in the days, and I said that people said if you can't pay cash for it, then you don't need it.
Right.
And-
But true power is when you have that 850 credit score and you can leverage OPM, other people's money, to get the things that you want. That is true power. Right?
true power.
You can have an 850 credit score and it's worth more than $100,000 in cash.
Yeah, because you always see that Instagram. Do you want $100,000? Or do you want an 850 credit score? You always see that. Which one would you choose? Yeah,
It is
because
true.
you can close your eyes and burn through $100,000 just like that.
Absolutely.
But
Wow.
at 850 credit score, yes.
Absolutely. So Lakeisha and I, we do have if you're not in the South Florida area, we have our webinars. They're on Mondays and Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for those that are out of state. And we're going to break down everything finances, including credit, right? And that's through Zoom, so you ain't even got to leave your house. You can be right in your pajamas. And then, of course, I'll let Lakeisha speak and share with the movement that she started and how you can see us in person.
Yeah, we actually do meetings every single week. They're in person in the Fort Lauderdale area, downtown. Wednesdays, we do Wind Down Wednesday at 7 p.m. It is a free event where we just empower you on financial literacy, credit, and different things. We also do one Saturday, which we have one today at 5 p.m. So twice a week, we're doing in-person meetings
Wow. And doing Zoom?
during the week just to be able to educate. You can reach us at my number. You give me is 954. If you want to come out, 290-1887. And like I said, we do them every week. We have refreshments, light bites.
They
and
don't
it's just
play,
like,
y'all. I'm just
we've been doing
They don't
actually.
play.
I've been doing in the industry of financial literacy credit repair since 2014. Since
Wow.
2014.
And this is some good tips to people who want to prepare themselves, especially to purchase a home, because I know the hometown harris has been replenished, so that money is coming out. So people want to okay, I want to be able to buy a house because, paying rent is just like paying a mortgage at this point. It's all tied into one, so.
Absolutely. And my number is 954-268-4436. And guess what? Dr. Karen is right. We don't play when it comes to refreshments. We love a nice glass of red wine. So.
They don't play with their business either. I mean,
Exactly.
they do everything with a spirit of excellence. I watch them too, and a lot of times, we don't just bring anybody on the show. We watch them in action, and it's been proven. Lakeisha, did I say Lakeisha?
Lakeisha.
Lakeisha. So I heard you said you give secured credit. Do you give a secured credit card? You give it, or you just you show people where to go?
We offer that on the platform with our clients.
You do.
So a lot of times when they don't have anything reporting positive, once I do that consultation, automatically I give them a goal. Within 2 weeks, if you don't have the funds now, or within a month, that is your goal to add something positive to your credit. So I make sure, like in that consultation, we're going through everything. Even though the credit is negative, what are things that you can do on the back end while we're removing the negative items? And so I do that with a lot of the clients because they need something reporting. You're just going around every month, you know what I mean? Nothing reporting. So how are you going to sit down with the lender to be able to get pre-approved?
So how do you if they're late, like student loans?
If they're late, we do go in and we're able to update late payments to put as paid as agreed, never late. Now, student loans are a little different because sometimes you may see student loans, you may have one student loan, but it may report 5 or 10 times. That's negative. So we'll go in and we'll remove those. If they got those 9, it should only be one reporting. If they got that one loan, just say $5,000, but it's reporting. Sometimes you see them report 2, 3 times, 4 times on the credit. So that is not actually accurate. It's not accurate.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I don't know why that happens. So
I
see
don't know.
that a lot.
Yeah, I don't know why that happens,
Yeah.
but I mean, but this is great information. I mean, this is the perfect time now to purchase a home. So you all are giving some great information, especially about financial literacy. And like I just said, it's a short-term goal for a long time. Everybody be like, I don't want to do this. The budget, I don't want to do this. Just do it for a couple of minutes, and then exactly. You close your eyes, you be like, oh my God, and I got the house that's actually making me money because the equity is going to continue to keep on going up in South Florida. We already know that.
Yes.
So yeah.
So it's powerful. How often should someone pull their credit?
Well, I watch my credit score like people watch the stock market. So I'm on it several times a day, but ideally you want to do it every 30 days. And I have identity theft monitoring because South Florida is number 1 on the list for identity theft. It happens every 2 seconds, y'all. So I make sure that the company that I'm with, they are watching my back. They have my back when it comes to identity theft. And then credit monitoring, I'm connected to a wonderful company as well. So any alert, I get it on my phone, I get it on my watch. I'm watching my credit score. They will not steal my identity because I stay on it.
Wow.
And we offer the same thing for our clients on our platform. We are very serious about that.
Does your client stay with you until they get their credit in order, or do they stay with you because you can help them after they've gotten that 850 credit score?
I know for myself, I'll let Lakeisha speak as well. For myself, my clients, they love us. They love the platform. I've had clients from probably 2020 that are still with me. Probably 2019, because it's bigger than credit. Credit is a small part in a big picture, y'all. Right? Credit is great, you get it cleaned up, but what about your will or trust? What about the healthcare surrogate? What about the financial surrogate? Do you actually have that home that you just purchased? Is it in a will? Did you put the will in a trust? These are all questions
So
we
your
have to ask.
Your platform has that, so they can do a trust.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yes, we are a full financial package. When you sit down with us from the beginning to the end, we will check all the boxes, as the young people say, right? But it's bigger than credit because we could clean the credit up. That's not a problem. That's easy to do. Anybody can do that. But can you maintain it? Can you build it properly? That's the bigger picture, right? And then I know in the Black and brown community, we have a lot of GoFundMe stuff going around, right? Things are not in order. Maybe they don't know where the life insurance policy is at. But our platform, we're actually providing a virtual safe deposit box for them to scan and upload all proper documentation. So it's not a frenzy when something happens. They can just go to their little laptop, phone, pull everything up, and it's right there, right in front of their face. So we are long-term. I have clients that are like family. Yeah, they stay with us long-term.
Gotcha. And I'm scared that's what the price is. So. They
want to know, right?
Yeah.
They want to know. They want to know.
Right, so you can have a consultation if you want to, but people do like to know that. But moving right along, what about your? If you all want to have the key is it does not hurt to have a consultation, have a phone call with them to see it. Whether you do it or not, at least you've had the conversation with them, and that's free.
It's true.
So I think that sometimes we're afraid, or we're just stuck right here. We're stuck here. We're afraid, or we're listening to someone else tell us, "Oh, nobody's going to do it. You can't never get your credit right. You're never going to own a house," and so you get caught up in your mindset and you stay right there, and then 10 years later you're still in that same position. So I would just call me. I'm just going to ask the questions. That's it.
Absolutely.
That's true.
Address.
You want to add anything to that?
You want to add
I
anything?
would just say, with a lot of clients that do reach out to me, sometimes they're here in Florida, sometimes they're in different states, and it is a free consultation where we could actually, right over the phone, pretty much just asking them more about their, where they want to be, what's their financial goal. I go more in debt, asking, because you kind of find out everything. They went through a divorce, they lost cars, where they are, their job. So I do speak with them over the phone. That way, like you said, sometimes we're just so complacent, we don't see our way out. I always say, if you can look up, you can get up.
My God.
There you go.
And one of the things
right.
that I would say after speaking with them, I always say, even if you don't start now, at least you know here is a game plan.
Yes.
You may not be ready right now, but at least you know, okay, 6 months, when I do get my finances together, this is what I need to invest or what I need to do.
This is good. This is really good. So I'm going to go here because this is our industry. Do you notice, we're real estate professionals, do you notice that we as an industry have an issue of dealing with things or trying to get our finances in order, especially since we live by, on sales? So do you notice, we're real estate professionals.
Yes. You said, do we notice that? I guess you mean when you say our finances as real estate professionals.
Like we don't have it in order.
We don't have it in order. I can say yes, because a lot of times we know with real estate, it's a very competitive market. We know that.
Yep.
A lot of times what I see with realtors is they don't have, like when we close on deals, when it comes to paying our taxes, having an accountant, knowing how to allocate the funds. Because just because you close a deal, like I had a deal I probably was working on for like 4 months. It finally just closed. So guess what? You may not close another one into 3-4 months. And I find that a lot of realtors, we even had some that came to the meeting last week. She was like, oh my God, she was so stressed out. I said, listen, even though we're doing real estate, but you need to really take this serious. You could be able now to generate income with the company every week. And guess what? Those are still your clients, because once they're credit ready, now you can turn around and sell them a home. So I find that a lot. Their finances are not in order.
Oh, yeah.
Saving money, taxes, they're not.
I was guilty with the taxes. One year I owed $60,000 in 1 year because I did not do that. And a lot of times we'll end up saying that we're going to do it at the end of the year. We'll wait for that deal to close, and it never happens. And so many other things are going on. And when you get that check, you can't do what you plan to do. So, you have to, you really have to listen. And a lot of times we don't like truth. We just don't like truth. We don't like to face the music.
We don't.
So that's why we avoid it.
And you're so right, Dr. Karen, when it comes to that with the finances, a lot of times when we wait for deals to close, if it takes 3-4 months, think about how much your bills have accumulated, or if you borrow money from anybody, you got to pay them too. So by the time you get that commission,
it's already gone.
It's
already gone.
And so when I look at us as realtors, we have to be so mindful to say, what else can we do to be able to generate additional income? And I would definitely say get an accountant. That way, when you do close deals, that you are paying taxes on the money and not waiting to the end of the year.
Right.
Oh yeah, because most already in a cart about what I'm going to go buy. I'm going to go do this. I'm going to go do that. I've seen realtors booking trips. I'm like,
And
you just wrote the book. Like, you already gone.
And you know what? Just to say one thing, even with some of the deals that I was waiting on, I was telling Kay, I said, just being in the financial literacy industry and seeing what happened in the last 2 years with the economy.
Yes.
A lot of businesses were up and they were down. Even we took a hit with my business too. Mm-hmm. And I said, you know what? I was waiting for months and months to close this deal, even though I don't do real estate on a full-time base. But I said, this is some good, income on the side. And I said to Kay, I said, I opened up another account. Mm-hmm. I had a deal to close, was it Monday? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I closed one up last month. We closed one Monday. And that particular one I closed last month, we helped them with their credit. So they purchased a home, the husband and wife. And I had one to close on Monday, but she took all the proceeds. And her kids were saying, well, maybe you should rent. I said, no, your home was paid for. No debt. Buy another home cash. So we're closing again on Monday. And I said to Kay, I said, this account, I'm not touching this money.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Act as if it's not even there. Mm-hmm. Because you just never know.
You never know.
Oh, my God. This is good.
Absolutely.
This is really good.
In our platform, we help with that. I think people just need to be held accountable. They just need somebody to say, hey, I got your back. You don't know what this means, what this remark means on your credit file. Let me help you. You don't know what it means when, what's a high yield savings account? They don't know. So we as educators, that's our job. And then with our platform, with the company that we're with, our clients get a 360 view. And baby, let me tell you, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie.
That's right.
You pull that 360 view and they say, oh, well, I'm not in a lot of that. And it's red across the board.
It's right there.
Nowhere.
Oh, man.
It's in your face. So I know for Lakeisha and I, we're able to help them stay accountable and say, it's okay. Let's go to the debt payoff tool that we have.
Right.
Yeah.
We are helping people that have a 30-year mortgage go down to a 15-year mortgage, because I just believe 30-year mortgages is ghetto. I'm just gonna be honest.
Exactly. No, play it out quick.
I don't even know if I'm gonna be living 30 years from now. I ain't gonna be doing this, right? So let's do a 15-year or a 7-year.
You let them get financed for 30, but you set it up for 15. Okay, all right, okay.
That's that wonderful debt payoff tool.
Right, gotcha. Wow. Wait, let me ask one question, because I think, and then you all say something in closing, because it's that time. Wow.
Yes. I know, it's a great financial literacy conversation.
Oh my God.
Things that people don't talk about, right?
Yes.
So one of the things that I meant to ask earlier is that on your credit report, is having different addresses, is that an issue, with the wrong address or so on? So they're shaking their head. Yes. Both of them are shaking their head, and they're doing it pretty fast too. So yes, that's an issue. Okay, all right. Wow, that's an issue.
So you want to clean up your personal information. Of course, the newer it is, the more of a hit, the more decrease your score will go, right? But just clean it up. Nobody cares you were working at Winn-Dixie when you were 15. Take that off. We don't need to know that. I mean, it's so deep when it comes to credit, because even when you have collections, now here's my tip. We love to give free nuggets, right? Here's the tip, okay? There is a gatekeeper when it comes to the credit score, in credit industry. It is a gatekeeper, right? So if you were at 1234 Christmas Lane and you got a JCPenney card with 1234 Christmas Lane, but what about you take off 1234 Christmas Lane and put 1234 Johnson Lane? Can that JCPenney card be tied to you anymore? Absolutely not. And the law states it must be removed.
All right, so y'all give out y'all numbers. Wait. Let me say this, and I'm being serious. If somebody who's listening and that's in that situation, or they know someone and don't call when you've got the information, I'm going to say, like my grandmother used to say, shame on you. Shame. Give out your numbers and your name, because it's that time.
Yes.
We had to do the last show, and this was a dynamic show.
Yes. This is a dynamic show. This is about financial.
To me,
yes.
She did.
Yes.
Okay, so give out your information.
Please.
Again, my name is Kinyetta Watkins-Jones, 954-268-4436. I am on all platforms, social media.
Yes, she is.
Hey, you guys, I am Lakeisha Marion. My phone number is 954 290-1887. You can find me on IG at The Real Lakeisha Marion and on Facebook, Lakeisha Marion. Go ahead, like it, tag it, come out, be with us, and get this information.
Yes. And my name is Tamika Moses, broker owner of Robinboro Realty, and I can be reached at 954-404-4646. I can be found on Instagram at Tamika Moses _. And Dr. Karen, this is our final show, but this is not going to be the last time they're going to see us.
Right.
So we got some things working.
So
we're doing.
Yes, we're a little sad about it, but like Madam Tamika said, we do have some more things going on, and we know that it's going to work out for our good. We appreciate you all for listening to us. I am Dr. Karen Lewis. I am the host, was the host on Real Estate Radio, and my phone number is 954-248-9149. And you all make it a great day, and we're signing off.
You have been listening to Real People, Real Talk, and Real Estate with Dr. Karen Lewis and Tamika Moses.